Councillor Samurai, do you have a supplemental question?
Thanks very much to the Leader for his answer. My question is about tall buildings, and if the Leader had been at the Bermondsey and Rotherhithe Community Council last night, there's a real fear around the Canada Water Master Plan and the impact of tall buildings there. And I think one of the concerns about the changes to the new Southwark plan is some of the changes in definitions to tall buildings and areas of where they are. And I can understand some of the reasons for doing that. I just wonder if the Leader actually has any concerns about the changes in the Southwark plan in terms of effectively allowing officers or having less clarity about where tall buildings go and what they actually mean, because I think that's actually having an impact in terms of fear for the community about what can happen on their doorstep at the moment.
I want to thank Councillor Samurai for her supplementary question. I think this is a really interesting subject, and of course it's one that is concerning lots of Londoners at the moment. What does the skyline of London look like? I'm somebody who believes that in order for us to be a vibrant city, the skyline does have to change sometimes. It does have to reflect the fact that London is a vibrant city. It's not, preserved in aspic, and, that we want to see investment, particularly coming into parts of London which haven't seen it historically. And it always makes me chuckle a little bit that some of the most vociferous opposition to tall buildings coming into Southwark is from those parts of London which are kind of fixed and they're all okay and they're all fine over there. And it's either a little bit of you can't have it down there, or a little of envy, I think, sometimes generates some of the opposition. But I hear what she says about local concern, and I hear what she says about the Southwark plan. I think what we've tried to do is, I think, really make it clear in terms of, for officers and for everyone, as to where it's suitable tall buildings to go. We've had principal clusters that we have encouraged in the past. London Bridge, Blackfriars, the Elephant, Canada Water, I think is likely to become a cluster of tall buildings going forward, and that's allowed for within the Area Action Plan. But there are other locations, junctions, kind of wayfinders, as it were, where a tall building may be appropriate. And that's the approach that we have always taken when somebody's come in with an application to talk to us about it. And we really force them to justify why you want a tall building in that particular location. And they do have to jump through hoops and really make their case. And quite often, they won't get what they want, and they won't get the tall building where they want it because they're not able to make the case. Because we are mindful of the impact that it does have on existing communities. We are mindful of the impact that it might have on rights to light, all those sorts of issues, and the effect on the existing community there. So I think what the new Southwark plan does is I think, makes it clearer what our policy is. It isn't a free-for-all across the borough. That would not work at all. It would not be appropriate. But it does say, effectively, in addition to the cluster areas that I've already mentioned, there may be points where tall buildings are appropriate, but you've got to make the case for it. And you've got to make the case for a building with exceptional design, exceptional quality, which actually adds to Southwark rather than detracts from it anyway. I think there's a point in there also, and it kind of snuck through in the way you put the question, in terms of officers. And we're going to come on to this a bit later, but this is a member-run administration. And I think we all want this to be a member-run council, a member-run organisation. So it really is the members who take responsibility for the decisions that we make. It is members who drive through policy, the policy on viability assessments. That's come from us as members, absolutely. And so, it's come from... No, I don't work. Well, Adele, you can claim the credit, and I'm sure you will, because Lib Dems love claiming the credit, we all know that. But actually, if there were no members on our side who were also insisting, saying, this is what we want to see, this is what we want to see done, it would not happen. Nothing happens from opposition, remember that. We're mindful of that. But, as I say, this is about clarification. Members leading through the process of people first coming to us, and members leading in the decision-taking planning committee. And that's how this council should remain. But this is not, as I say, a free-for-all for tall buildings across our borough. That message should go back to our communities. But it's about giving clearer definition and clearer guidance to those who do want to build in our borough.
Okay, thank you very much.